Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about anhydrides. So before we get to that, we have to review strong and weak acids and bases. So just to review, do you remember what's one of the main differences between acids and bases versus the strong versus the weak kind? What's one of the main differences? So hopefully you remember that strong acids dissociate completely, while as weak acids will dissociate partially. Here we have some examples of strong acids. You got hydrochloric acid here, nitric acid, sulfuric acid. Weak acid here is going to be acetic acid, which is actually the same as vinegar. Okay, so it's going to be important because we're going to see these strong acids show up again. Now there are two kinds of anhydrides. Okay, so basically an anhydride is something that combines with water. And so acidic anhydrides combine with water to form acids. So an acidic anhydride is a non-metallic oxide combined with water to form an acid. So these are always bonded with oxygen. They're non-metals, right? Sulfur and carbon are non-metals. And they're going to form these acids. Okay, so SO2 and CO2, those are our acidic anhydrides here. Okay. Basic anhydrides, you may have guessed, these are going to form bases. So these are metal oxides that combine with water to form bases. So these are the metal oxides here. Those are our basic anhydrides, and here we have our bases. As we can see, the hydroxide, right, is a giveaway that that's a base. Okay, so these chemicals combine with water to form acids or bases. That's what anhydrides are. All right, let's take a look at this map of the United States. A little outdated, but we can see that the East Coast is a little more acidic. It has a lower pH. The rain in the East Coast has lower pH. So why do you think that is? Okay, maybe because the Industrial Revolution is over there. Maybe it's because of New York City, right? Maybe there's a bunch of cities over there. It's partially true. Turns out, a lot of the reasons why it's more acidic over there is because the wind travels from the west coast to the east coast. So there are some chemicals that make the water more acidic that are coming from the rest of our country. So what is exactly acid rain? What is that? You may have heard it, seen it in TVs or cartoons. So there are a couple chemicals, right, that will react with the water in the atmosphere to make it more acidic. Okay, so obviously we have water in our atmosphere. So carbon dioxide is one of those, and this comes from burning fossil fuels. So gas cars and other fossil fuels that we use as natural resources contribute to acid rain. You can also have other pollutants from factories and whatnot, such as nitrogen oxides, sulfur oxides, and we get these strong acids, nitric acid here, sulfuric acid here. Both of these are strong acids. Yikes. And that's going in our rain. Okay, so this is happening in our atmosphere. It's combining. And so the carbon dioxide is going to really affect our oceans. And the other two here are going to affect our rainwater. Okay, and we're going to get into more detail on that later on. But here are just some illustrations to help you visualize what's going on. So for acid rain, before we get to here, it starts off with all the industry and factories that release these pollutants. Okay, eventually they combine with water in the atmosphere to form sulfuric and nitric acid. and that results in acid rain. Okay, you're going to look up and see some of the harmful effects of acid rain. Here's another illustration, similar idea. And lastly, increased carbon dioxide in our atmosphere has a lot of negative effects. This is one of the main things you'll learn about climate change and global warming, this increased carbon dioxide. And so that actually makes our oceans more acidic. And so one effect of ocean acidification is that it dissolves some of the shells of sea life and marine life. Okay? But again, more carbon dioxide combines with the water in our ocean, and that makes the ocean more acidic. All right, we're gonna continue learning about this tomorrow, and that's our lessons on anhydrides.